I understand that you were at the UN WTO panel yesterday at World Travel Market talking about bridging the gap between aviation and policy. Can you tell us more about how that works and what the discussion was?
Certainly. I believe it was an important discussion, especially an important discussion for the region. We in the Caribbean Tourism Organization are grappling with issues as it pertains to aviation and connectivity, but there's also some serious issues as it pertains to APD here in the UK and the unfair competitive advantage that it puts other countries at over the Caribbean region and the impact that it has on the economies of the region. So that's a critical issue for us in the Caribbean. But we also discussed other issues as it pertains to aviation, the public-private sector partnership that needs to occur, the dialogue that's very important between government to government. In many cases, aviation and tourism are separate entities and they don't dialogue with each other. These are very critical issues in terms of the development of the tourism product. We also talked a little bit about the experience, making sure that ultimately we never forget the customer. The customer is so important, and facilitating those things which we know are important, like safety and security, but making it facilitating ease of travel for the customer. So those were a couple of the things that we discussed that are very important to the region.
What sort of trends are you seeing with air passenger duty in the UK market? Are you seeing a big impact, and what do you think will happen next year when it goes up yet again?
Well, in fact, yesterday we had discussions with the Treasury because we are extremely concerned about the impact of the APD. In fact, we have data that shows that there's been declines in major, double-digit declines in major in our countries, Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Dominica, Grenada, just to name a few. So it has had a significant negative impact on the economies of our region.
And are the Caribbean governments talking directly to the UK government, or is it the tourism associations that are leading the campaign against this?
I think that it's both. We had recently this Prime Minister of St. Lucia, who is also the head of CARICOM, that has been speaking to the British government. But we've also had the Caribbean Tourism Organization being a lead entity in the discussions on APD for many years, going back to 2009 now.
Okay, and how important is are events such as the UN WTO Ministers Summit at WTM for getting your message across at the highest level?
Oh, it's extremely important. I think that it's important for us to recognize and to share the impact that this has had. And it also has an impact here in the British economy that we want to make sure that that messaging gets out. The fact that there are less British airlines fly into the region as a result of this oppressive tax is a major concern. The fact that you're selling less tours and packages to the Caribbean region is a major concern. And I think that it's something that the British government really wants to hear about. They want us to have that dialogue. So forums such as this is important for us to be able to show the quantitative numbers, the statistics in terms of what's happening in the region, how it's affected us, and our ability just to be able to continue the dialogue, but hopefully the dialogue that can lead to resolution. And that's really what we want to get to. We want to get to what are those critical elements. We really believe that an adjustment to the banding might be a significant resolution that doesn't adversely affect the British government, because we understand the sovereign right of a nation to taxation and appreciate that. What we want is to have parity, to have a competitive, to be able to compete and not be in a negative competitive environment, which we are.